Democrat and former Little House on the Prairie actress Melissa Gilbert in November.
For over 20 years, Melissa Gilbert stayed silent about the woman who had changed her life forever. Patty Duke, a co-star, mentor, and in many ways, a guardian angel who understood her pain long before the world did. Their connection was born not from glamour but from shared scars, the kind that fame could never hide. Now, at 61, Melissa finally reveals the truth about their friendship. A story filled with light, heartbreak, and the power of two women who found strength in each other. Melissa's story began in 1964, when she was adopted as a baby after her birth parents couldn't raise her. Her adoptive parents, Barbara Crane and Paul Gilbert, chose to keep the truth hidden, telling her stories about a ballerina mother and a scholar father. The reality was far more ordinary, and discovering the truth later in life left Melissa questioning who she really was. When she was just 8, her parents divorced, and her world began to fracture. Even before she understood family, she was already living inside an illusion. Acting soon became her escape, her way to build a new identity. By 8, she was already appearing on television, and in 1974, she landed the role that would define her life: Laura Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie. The show, based on Laura Ingalls Wilder's books, told stories of courage and family on the American frontier. But for Melissa, the lessons went deeper. On screen, she found a second family, and off-screen, she found a father figure in Michael Landon. After her adoptive father's tragic death by suicide, Michael stepped in as the man who guided and protected her. But fame and family came with their own heartbreak. Melissa would later learn of Michael's infidelity, a revelation that shattered her ideal of him and reopened the wounds of betrayal she'd carried since childhood. Still, Little House became a cornerstone of her life, a place of laughter, rivalry, and lifelong lessons. Behind the cameras, friendships and feuds shaped her journey. She was close with Allison Arngrim, who played her rival Nellie, but clashed with Melissa Sue Anderson and later Shannon Doherty, relationships that often reflected the tension of growing up under constant scrutiny. As her career grew, so did her personal struggles. The pressures of fame, loss, and confusion led her down dark paths of addiction. When her father died, her family hid the truth, and the silence around that pain drove her toward alcohol as a teenager. She longed for stability, but love brought more turbulence than peace. She dated a young, unknown Tom Cruise, briefly found excitement, and then heartbreak with Rob Lowe, whose rejection after her pregnancy left her devastated. She lost her baby and her fiancé in one crushing moment, numbing the grief with alcohol. In time, she married actor Bo Brinkman, but their marriage was stormy, marked by betrayal and infidelity, even with Shannon Doherty, her former co-star. When Melissa discovered Bo's affair, it reignited old anger, and their marriage collapsed. Despite the pain, she said she wouldn't erase that chapter because it gave her a son, Dakota, who became her reason to survive. But even after the divorce, chaos followed. A false accusation from her ex-husband turned her life upside down, pushing her deeper into drinking. 2 bottles of wine a night became her routine until one night, she collapsed in her dog's bed, realizing she'd hit rock bottom. Her son's plea for her to stop drinking saved her. She joined Alcoholics Anonymous, rebuilt her life, and began finding herself again. Work became her therapy. And although her career moved from big TV shows to smaller projects, her spirit remained unbroken. She even stepped back into the Little House legacy, this time playing Ma Ingalls in the stage musical, performing with such intensity that she continued despite severe back pain, only to discover later that her spine had been broken the entire time. Her dedication amazed everyone, a reminder of her resilience. Surgery followed, but her marriage to Bruce Boxleitner fell apart, the emotional distance too wide to bridge. In the aftermath, she reinvented herself once more. New look, new lifestyle, and for a while, reckless freedom. She admitted that she was running from her pain, trying to find control in chaos. Psychologists would later describe her behavior as the natural response of someone trying to rebuild after losing their sense of self. And Melissa learned to forgive that version of her. Even as health struggles persisted, from spinal surgeries to concussions while competing on Dancing with the Stars, she refused to quit. She kept pushing through, even when a collapsing balcony almost ended her journey. But through every fall, she rose again. At 61, she now looks back not with regret, but gratitude. That same year, she finally spoke about the woman who once guided her through the storm, Patty Duke. The two first worked together in 1979's The Miracle Worker, a film that became a defining moment for both. Patty played Anne Sullivan, and Melissa took on the role of Helen Keller, the blind and deaf girl who found light through her teacher's love. Years later, in 1993, they reunited in Family of Strangers, a story about an adopted woman searching for her biological mother, unaware that the truth would be tied to trauma and resilience. Off-screen, their bond deepened. Both had been child stars, both had been controlled by adults, and both had spent their lives trying to reclaim their voices. Patty, whose early life was marked by abuse and manipulation, found in Melissa someone who understood pain but still carried hope. They spent late nights talking, laughing, and healing together. Two survivors sharing a language only they could understand. Patty admired Melissa's grounded strength, while Melissa saw Patty as a mirror of what she might have become without love and guidance. In her later years, Patty fought to protect child actors, speaking out whenever she saw mistreatment, determined that no child would endure what she had. Then in 2016, the world lost Patty Duke. She passed away at 69 from sepsis after a ruptured intestine, and the loss left Melissa shattered. To her, Patty, or Anna as she called her, wasn't just a co-star, she was family. In her tribute, Melissa remembered Patty's courage, humor, and kindness, saying that her legacy was more than the award she won. It was in the lives she touched, in her advocacy for mental health, and in her ability to turn suffering into purpose. Melissa said that what Patty left behind couldn't be seen or touched, only felt with the heart, quoting Helen Keller herself. And through all of it, that's exactly what Melissa Gilbert learned. That the most beautiful things in life are born from pain, that love can heal what fame destroys, and that real strength comes from never giving up, no matter how many times you fall. If you found Melissa's story as powerful as we did, make sure to subscribe to Hollywood Bulletin and press the bell icon so you never miss a story about the stars who shaped Hollywood's heart.